Welcome to this Pride of Dakota feature. One of the cornerstones of our North Dakota culture is the family farm. They provide us with the food products we put on our table and also provide the occasional school group with a very memorable field trip. In this feature, we'll talk with Blaine and Kathy Goetz of Bessy's Best about their family farm and how they offer products that are as fresh as you can possibly get. Bessy's Best was started by Blaine and Kathy Goetz in 2008, but they have been working the family dairy farm since 1980. They produce a line of all-natural milks, yogurts, and cheeses. Joining us in the studio is Blaine and Kathy Goetz. Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So you make your own milk, yogurt, cheeses. You offer them for sale right on your family farm, right?
Right. But, there again, Bessy makes the milk. We do the rest of it. So,
okay, just as long as we can clarify that. So perfect. The cows provide the milk.
Right.
And then
we just bottle it for them.
Wonderful. And they're all natural. I mean, you're talking about you're letting nature do its own thing, right?
Yep.
I mean, no added preservatives or.
Yeah. I mean, our milk has one ingredient, milk. That's the only thing it is. I mean, that's as natural get.
Yep.
Our yogurt has a milk and culture. Our plain yogurt.
I mean, that's as plain as it gets. And when they buy it right on your farm, they're getting it almost as fresh as you can possibly get it.
Yes, it's milked and then it's brought right to the bottling plant. It isn't hauled all over the place, Nothing against that. It's just that it comes right to the plant. We're right on the same farm.
Well, sure. If you're buying, milk in Bismarck or something, I mean, you don't really have a choice. There's not a lot of dairy farms in the inner city of Bismarck. But that's just an advantage of having, that near your community.
When we sold the other guys, it sat on our farm for, up to 4 days, and it got trucked around and then thrown into a silo with a bunch of other milk and this here. Well, here it's milked and it's bottled, When we first started, we used to milk the cows, bottle it, and haul it to town and sell it all in the same day. We can't do that anymore because it's just we need a few milkings to do it.
Sure.
But I mean that's at one time that's what we did. So.
And you also offer, besides the milk, cheese, and yogurt, you offer other products.
Yep, we got pizzas.
Pizzas.
Yep. And we use our own cheese on there, make our own crust. She makes it. And we also sells, like buns, and we got salsa in the stores, right now. Ooh. Too. And one thing I kind of forgot all about, our cheeses are really starting to move. Dan's they thought it was good enough to throw in the deli. So and it's moving really well there. So people seem to enjoy it. So
it seems like it's really fresh. So you make your own pizzas, you salsas. I mean, are you growing the ingredients for the salsas?
No, we do a canned tomato, and the main reason we do that is because we need the consistency year round.
Sure.
We tried with our
sense.
fresh tomatoes, but it's a little juicier, and we like a thick salsa. It's one of these that you scoop up, and
Is it the one you can stand the chip up in and it'll stay there?
Absolutely.
That's perfect. Now, do you have your own secret recipe for the salsa then?
No, my son, he dated a Mexican gal, and she made the best salsa, and she taught me how.
Well, that's called passing down a family recipe, so good enough. So then you have casseroles and buns and all this kind of stuff too. So.
Yeah, it was a way for us to use up some of our extra cheese when we started doing slices, and it's just a matter of you're making something in the house, and they're like, oh, this would be good over there. So then we're selling some of our casseroles, like the pastas and lasagnas. I think lasagnas of the casseroles, that one's probably the most famous one, or the most popular one.
Sure.
But
so definitely the word of mouth. I mean, people trying it and telling you have to sell this because
yes. When we started our business, we put like 8 gallons of milk out in a little fridge, and just for our farmers that used to come and get milk, and now it is just from word of mouth has grown to we've got a double door cooler out there, and it's stacked. I mean, we keep it packed full, and then we're like filling it 2-3 times a day, and
wow.
The people coming out there, it's just amazing. I have to keep track of all the checks, but we get them from, like my husband's always saying Fargo, as far away as Fargo, but it's further because we get we have people that come from New Mexico. Every time we come out to our little store there and all the chocolate milk's gone, we know the guys from New Mexico have been here because that's what they buy, all the chocolate milk,
That's amazing.
And it's just all word of mouth, so it's really kind of neat.
So it's great that everything's happening right there on the farm. And speaking of the farm, I mean, you have provided some very memorable tours for like some school groups and things. So if there is a group that wants to take a tour of a working dairy farm, because I understand that can be kind of life-changing for the kids to see and adults to see where their milk actually comes from and how it's handled and stuff. How does one go about setting up a tour like that? I mean, what's the procedure? They call you or email you or what?
Yeah, the best thing to do is probably call and set up an appointment.
Okay.
And the kids, they really have a heck of a time out there. The teachers don't like it so much, but they go back, a little dirty and stuff like that. But they
a little smelly.
They let the calves suck their fingers and stuff, but they have a blast. So, and the good thing of it is, they're learning where milk comes from and how it all happens. So.
And then they also learn which puddles not to step in on a farm too, because it is a working dairy farm.
That's right.
That's amazing. If someone wants more information about Bessy's Best, what's the best way to get that information?
The best way is really just to go on bessysbest.com, and we have all our contact information in there. Okay. And of course, we are working on a Facebook page, but it isn't up and running just yet.
Well, we'll promote it when it is. So okay. I want to thank both of you for taking some time to stop in and visit with us today.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
For more information on this Pride of Dakota featured member, or to find other feature podcast episodes, visit our website at prideofdakota.com or join the conversation at facebook.com/prideofdakota.